In the ever-confusing world of clothing and fashion, it's hard to know what you should actually be spending your hard-earned money on. There's loads of beautiful and trending items out there that you can and should explore, but it's a good idea to have a core set of pieces that don't often change. These will be the anchor of your wardrobe and most of your outfits. These are classic quality things that you probably only need to buy once and then can forget about forever. So today I'm going to talk about what those are, in my opinion, and I'll leave links to where you can get them down in the description box below. Resolable shoes. Okay, let's start off with shoes, which is something I'm sure we all have way too many of. But if you just want to buy one pair that's going to last you a very long time, then you need to look for shoes that are resolable. No matter how much you spend on shoes, high quality or low quality, the first thing to go is often the sole. And that's because they're made of rubber. And although rubber is very durable, you can't stop it degrading over time. So the grip of your shoes will eventually go smooth, which is not only dangerous, but also pretty uncomfortable. Especially if they're wearing down unevenly, it affects the way you walk. Soles can also become damaged or even start to come away from the main body of the shoe, making them unwearable. Hence, having a shoe that's resolable is going to save you a lot of bother down the line. The most popular resolable shoe construction is the Goodyear welt. But you might also see Blake Stitch, Norwegian welt, and I'm sure there's a few others as well. These will make it very easy for your cobbler to resole your shoes, which extends their life and leads to less waste. You might be surprised how many resolable shoes there are on the market these days. Some well-known mainstream ones are Red Wings, Solitaire, Lokes, Trickers, but there's also lesser known brands like Meermin, Bridlin, Samuel Windsor, and you can even get resolable sneakers these days from brands like Viberg, Unmarked and Crown Northampton. More often than not, a resolable shoe is going to be of a classic design as well, which further extends their longevity. Full grain leather. Now the next thing you're going to want to look out for is something that will apply to many items, including the shoes we just talked about. Whenever you're buying something made of leather, look out specifically for full grain leather. Now there's some credible debates about the intricacies of leather grading, which I'm not going to go into in this video. But in general, full grain leather is a term used to describe the best quality of leather that's available. The bottom quality will usually just be called genuine leather, and while that means real leather has been used, it could be and often is an amalgamation of different leathers all chopped up and molded back together to look like normal leather. It's not very durable and is not considered good leather by many people. Top grain leather is the next step up. It's a perfectly good quality leather from one source, but has the top layer removed to make it more malleable and easier to work with. However, it comes at the cost of making it thinner. Full grain leather refers to leather that still has all of its layers and has had the least amount of treatment. So you get all the natural leather properties that were part of the original hide. Why does this matter though? Well, it means that full grain leather is the most natural and most durable, plus it will only look better with time and wear. You should do your best to look for full grain leather with any leather goods. That includes shoes, jackets, and especially wallets. And if you've been on the hunt for a quality leather wallet like I have, then you need to check out today's video sponsor, Extra. This is the Extra Wallet Pro, made from handcrafted Italian vachetta leather. Vachetta is a full-grain, vegetable tanned leather that is used by many of the top brands out there because it's high quality, durable, and ages beautifully. Extra have used it here to create this lovely, low-key, slim wallet that can be carried around without the bulk of your usual wallets. You can insert all of your cards in and use the pop-up mechanism to effortlessly get them back out. It's RFID protected, which keeps all of your cards safe, and on top of that, it has a lifetime warranty. You can also add their rechargeable Finder card, which fits in perfectly and connects to the Find My app on your iPhone. So if you ever lose your wallet, you can easily find it again via the app, either by using the directions or by playing the proximity ringer sound. In addition to this, for all you travelers out there, Extra have this really clever travel pack vacuum kit. It allows you to compress the size of your clothes by up to 60%, giving you more space to pack other things. You zip everything up in this bag and then use the included rechargeable pump to suck all the air out. This time of year, I often like to travel with a few quarter zips and maybe a flannel or two. These things are really bulky, but they compress down really nicely. In around 30 seconds, I've got way more space in my suitcase, especially around the sides. This, along with everything else from Exeter, has a 100-day money-back guarantee, so you can purchase without hesitation. And right now, they have their New Year's sale on, which is 48% off everything. Plus, if you use my code JLUNG, then you get an extra 20% off on top of that. Scan the QR code on screen now to take you directly there, or click the link in the description box below. Thank you Exeter for sponsoring this video. Good quality denim. Another non-negotiable, in my opinion, is good quality denim. Now, just like with leather, you can go pretty crazy when it comes to denim. There's raw, selvage, lots of different weights. More than anything though, it's going to serve you well to ensure you get 100% cotton denim, whether you want a jacket, jeans, or a shirt. While denim blends can be more comfortable at first, the blended fabric in them will probably fail at some point, which might give you some weird fitting clothes. 100% cotton denim will mold to your body and get better with time. Not only with how comfortable it is, but just the way it ages and gets faded. These days, there's plenty of accessible mainstream brands that make 100% cotton denim. Levi's, Wrangler, Lee are obvious ones, but you also have COS, Uniqlo, Weekday, Abercrombie, and of course, if you want to go speciality, then you can go very deep with denim. Check out my denim ranking video if you're interested in the best of the best. But since denim is so thick, it can take punishment and will stand the test of time. There's a reason why we can still find denim jackets and jeans on eBay that are over 50 years old. So when you find some good denim, you'll probably only need to buy it once. Solid metal jewellery. Next up, you should have a think before you buy metal jewellery. Shops are flooded with low quality jewellery these days. A lot of gold or silver chains are plated, and not even with real gold or silver. For example, it might be a stainless steel chain that is coated with a gold looking material. And the thing is, not only does it look naff, very obviously fake and tacky, but they will never last long either. The plating will eventually wear away, no matter how well you treat it. And even if you do look after it by taking it off every time you have a shower, for example, that's just going to get annoying. When you buy real gold, brass, silver, platinum, or even proper stainless steel, it's going to last a lifetime. Yes, they might tarnish a bit, but they can easily be restored and just keep going and going. I wear this gold necklace that was handed down to me when I was born. I've basically never taken it off, and it looks the same as the day I got it. So yeah, real metal jewelry is something you'll only ever have to buy once. Heavy wool. Another piece of clothing that you'll probably only have to buy once are thick woolen pieces. Whether that's a jumper or sweater, an overcoat, a shirt, as long as they're made of thick, heavyweight wool, they're going to withstand the test of time. In fact, almost all the woolen pieces in my wardrobe are vintage, including this shirt I'm wearing. I've got Aran knit jumpers, Pendleton shirts, Woolrich coats, things that are 20, 30 or more years old and still going strong today. When woolen clothing is done properly, nothing else really compares. It's warm, cozy, temperature regulating, anti-odorous, and naturally water resistant. It looks fantastic, wool has a beautiful appeal to it that's hard to match, and of course, it's durable, especially if you go for something like worsted or boiled wool. While many of the finishing properties between the two are quite different, the one thing they have in common, along with any thick wool really, is that durability. Plus, just like cotton, woolen items can very easily be patched up and repaired if they get damaged. Of course, the one weakness of wool is that it can shrink if not washed properly, so it might not be for everyone. But if you're willing to look after it, good woolen clothing is something you'll probably only have to buy once. Heavy canvas. Alright, another thing you just cannot go wrong with is heavy canvas. Bags, overalls, jackets. When these things are made of heavy canvas, they last so long that you'll probably never have to replace them. Canvas is of course just cotton, linen or hemp that is woven in a specific way to make it robust. But even though the composition is the same, it feels so different. If you've ever owned a vintage Carhartt jacket, you'll know how beautifully canvas ages over time. The colour fades nicely and it becomes very soft and comfortable, but that doesn't take away from its durability. Canvas is often used for workwear or military wear because of how much punishment it can take. But you can find a lot of canvas pieces in the mainstream now as well because they just look so good. Double knee pants and workwear style jackets are particularly popular and easy to find. I'll leave some examples in the description box. But yeah, like a lot of things in this list, you'll find many secondhand examples of clothes made from canvas that are extremely old because it's just made to last, meaning you'll only have to buy it once. So there's 6 types of fashion items that you'll only have to buy once and then probably never think about again. And that's because if you buy the right kind, it's going to be durable and easily repairable. I'd love to know your thoughts on this and whether there's anything else you'd add to the list. Let us know down in the comments below. But anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.